much indeed, Ed, and thank you to Diane, Keith, and to the memory of Bernie for the inspiration and the groundbreaking work that they did and that they continue to do. Thank you. I'm now going to begin the debate on the equalities section. We don't have a great deal of time, I'm afraid, Conference, so you'll have to bear with me. But the first person I want to call is Usman Ali. He's a young member from Manchester and part of our new generation of BAME activists. Please give him a warm welcome, and he has 3 minutes. And Usman, just before you begin, just to remind colleagues that the time that you have is just in front of you on the floor. It ticks down, and if it goes red, it would be fantastic if you could wind up. Usman, you have the floor.
Okay, Usman Ali, Manchester Withington, CLP. It was great that Ed mentioned in his speech about legacy, because I like to start off with a quote that somebody I looked up to as an inspiration, the first Muslim within the cabinet, once said. He said that it's not what you do in your lifetime that really matters. It is the legacy you leave behind for the next generations to follow that makes a difference. And that's something that Sadiq Khan once said to me. A little earlier on today, as I set off to this conference from my grandma's house in Longsight, some of my old friends couldn't believe it. Not just because I was going to be here speaking on the stage, but because I was going to miss the 2020 World Cup match between Pakistan and India for this. There's a funny side to that, but there's also a serious point. The reality is that we have a generation of young BAME people that is not interested in politics, that do not see the point. I see it in the streets of Manchester, and I see it on campuses across the country. But I especially understand why they feel politics cannot make a difference to their lives. Because had this been 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been here. I would have been watching the cricket. There was one constant that led me to community organising in Manchester, that led me to campaigning in my students' union, before being elected nationally as Vice President in NUS, and today as an activist in the Labour movement. And that one constant is the impact of role models. As we stand at the start of Black History Month, we remember and celebrate 25 years ago those 4 BAME MPs whose names are enshrined within the political development of this country: Keith, Diane, Bernie and Paul. I say with no exaggeration that their historic breakthrough in 1987 paved the way for the new generation, a new demographic, people like me, and we cannot underestimate the role that they played. At a time when there'd still be signs saying no blacks, no Irish, no dogs, it was that generation who had not only had to be the best of their community, but better than all of the rest, and had to break those barriers down. They gave hope and aspiration, and also help in the fight against prejudice. And I'm damn passionate about our Labour values, but more so because it pains me to see that so many young BAME people are disillusioned with politics, and it hurts me when people do not feel they have the power to shape their own destinies. We must be the force to empower our young people, empower our black people, empower our women, empower our minorities, just like we showed in leadership in 1987, and we show time and time again. And please do not devalue raising aspirations, because when I talk to young people across the country, they're inspired by role models like Shabana, Rashana Ali, Tulip and Yasmin. So I'd like to end by saying thank you to Keith, Diane, Bernie and Paul for the legacy you have created for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to take the woman there holding up the woman in white, and then the colleague right in the middle of the aisle. Yes, you, sir. Thank you very much. I'll be guided by the time that we have. Please